D-Lo 404 Boxing. All right, y'all. So once again, the topic has come up about Jerron Boots Ennis facing Terrence Crawford. Boots Ennis is saying basically he wants a shot, don't want Terrence Crawford to duck him. We've gone down this road before on this channel with Boots Ennis about him facing Terrence Crawford or him facing Errol Spence Jr. Man, let me say this. As I've stated many times before, I'll state once more. Jerron Boots Ennis is a phenomenal talent. He is a quote-unquote blue chip prospect. The sky's the ceiling. The sky's the limit for this guy. Has a very high ceiling. I do not, at this time, feel that Jerron Boots Ennis has had the fights that would put him in a position to warrant or merit him getting in the ring with a top level welterweight. Alright, we know Bud Crawford is tried and true. Bud Crawford is the real deal. I'm not going to sit here and rattle off a bunch of accomplishments about Bud. I'm not going to rattle off a bunch of attributes or a bunch of qualities that Bud has. It's all pretty apparent. We've seen it all, you know. There's a lot of unseen and unknown about Jerron Boots Ennis. Does that mean that he doesn't belong in the ring with these guys or that he can't contend? No, it doesn't. But it does lean itself to the percentages saying that the odds will be against him. Boots Ennis, switch hitter, much like Bud. I heard it stated that Boots switches with fluidity and that he looks graceful in switching or what have you. I don't see that. I've stated multiple times that when Jerron Boots Ennis switches, at times he seems to confuse himself as to what position he wants to fight out of, and he kind of gets squared up at times in the ring. These are things that you get away with against low-level competition, low-level opposition, however you want to phrase it. But those are also things that you are supposed to work on improving as you climb up the ranks, because those are not the mistakes you want to make in the ring against a top-level contender or a top-level champion. Those are the things that will get you knocked out. Just like any other prospect, he has flaws that needs to be worked on. Not that the upper tier guys don't have flaws as well, but when you're that green in the sport and you're getting a bunch of knockouts and you're not going a lot of rounds, it doesn't lend itself to positioning you to where you have the seasoning that it takes to get into the ring and contend at a high level with the very best in the division. This is in no way, shape, form, or fashion me trying to shield Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. or any of the top guys from Boots Ennis. If Boots can get a contract made with these guys, signed with these guys, and get a fight made, then hey, more power to it. I'm just giving my opinion that I don't think the time is right. I don't even think the time is very near at the moment. But that said, I don't manage the guy's career. I'm just a fan of the sport. I'm a fan of his. I want to see him do well, but I'm gonna be honest. For me, the book is still out on Boots Ennis. I don't know whether Boots Ennis is gonna be an Amir Imam, Andre Durrell type fighter, or whether he's going to be an Andre Ward type fighter, you know, in terms of his accomplishments, in terms of putting it all together and carving out an excellent Hall of Fame worthy career, or whether he's going to be a guy who kind of fizzles out and people are going to look back and talk about all the talent and all the skills and all the things he had, and they can't figure out why he was never able to put it together. So for me, I'm pulling for the guy, but I think it's a little premature to put a prospect in the ring with a guy like Bud Crawford. Boots Ennis is not a contender yet. He was fighting a fight in the Van Heering fight that was going to put him on the path to being the type of contender that moves on up the ranks and puts himself in position to challenge for a title. But that fight didn't come to a natural conclusion, although Boots was doing very well in that fight. I think the fact that that fight ended the way it ended tells me that it would be a good idea for him to have another such fight to see where it goes and to go from there. So the verdict for me, way too premature for Boots Ennis to be talking about. He could talk about what he wants, but it's way too premature for his team to be serious about putting him in the ring with Bud Crawford. D-Lo 404 Boxing, all I got to say on the subject about.